Hello, 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 dorks. Welcome in. Howdy doody. Howdy doody. How do we? How are y'all doing? Happy Monday. It's time for Unchowder. It's time for Dwarf Fortress. It's time for more experiments. Time for maybe some science. I don't know. We ended on a strange note last time, didn't we? We ended on a sciencey note. I think we're gonna continue on science. I don't know. I'm running out of ideas for science. How are you all? How's your week starting out? I'm here with most of my brain. My brain is mostly here, not entirely here. So just fair warning for that. I got a cat who is oddly calm. She's oddly calm right now. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm also really tempted to just poke her feet. It's also really tempting just to like. I'm gonna not tempt it, but the beans are right there. The beans are right there. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. How you all doing? When we last left off, we were playing around with a fire snake. I made an adamantine cage and caught a fire snake and tamed the fire snake, and that was still not enough to make steam, right? My stupid little desire to make steam in a repeatable fashion continues to be thwarted. And I'm thinking that a live fire snake is not going to be what does it, because clearly, we just have a loose tame fire snake now. I think we might have to butcher the fire snake just so it doesn't melt our glacier by accident. So that would suck, right? That would really suck. So we might have to like get rid of the fire snake. I would love a magma crab. I would love to have a magma crab, but maybe we'll see if we can force a magma crab to show up. Since that's not a vermin. I don't know. We're running low on options, right? We're running low on possibilities, but at the very least, the fortress continues. We had a real big siege last stream and we annihilated it. Oh my god. We destroyed a goblin siege and we still have a bunch of corpses to clean up. I want to make some adjustments to our corpse disposal system, our siege cleanup system. So that might be like our primary focus for today. Since it's probably going to be a little bit before we get another siege, since they just showed up like this season. So we're gonna play around with that. We're gonna continue mining down below. We got a whole bunch of adamantine. We're making some cool things out of it. I think we are getting to the point where we can start making our symbols for our king. Right? We've uncovered quite a few divine metal things from the depths. We've also gotten quite a bit of adamantine, and both of those things can qualify as symbols for Mountain Home, is my understanding. So we're gonna see how many we can get. We got like a pair of sandals. Can I make like each sandal its own symbol? If you get a pair of shoes, is that two different holy symbols? Two different king, like monarch symbols? I don't know, we're gonna play around with that. See if we can get to Mountain Home. That's about it. That's the main stuff that's going on. And our big architecture up top, that's gonna continue. That's the main stuff. I'm just asking to be poked. They are. She's like twitching slightly. She's very chill right now. I'm gonna let her be. Temptation not sensing the Bible. It's true. It's true. I'm iron will right here. It's not true at all. Today's episode is brought to you by a cloud. A fluffy little cloud. How hard can that be? And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, anywhere else you want to hang out. That is the cloud floating through my sky these days, and it looks like a friend. You are my friend-shaped cloud right now. Holy sandals of L and R. Yep. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. So yeah, I'm just gonna push a button here. We have this loaded up. I think we're still on the same version as we were last time, right? 5310. And DF hack hasn't changed, so I think everything's gonna be the same. I am waiting for some sort of bug fix patch someday for stuff. this weird missing nemesis record thing. I haven't heard anything past our last conversation about that. DFX is gonna yell at us about it all day, but we're not gonna do anything. This thing down here that means something to people who aren't us, so we'll ignore it. But yeah, we were just testing here, right? We have an adamantine cage. Did we get? I feel like we got this up. Did we put this up to 7? I feel like we got this to depth 7. So that's interesting. So this is just an empty adamantine cage. And then we have a tame fire snake, which is just also right here. But like, because it's a vermin are not like real creatures. They don't like go from go from point A to point B. They just kind of like pop in and out of existence, even when they're tame. Like, where is it right now? And then it's back. So it was down here. We let it out of the cage, and it just like popped up out through the grates. Oh, now we've done that. Okay, cool. Well, we got our cage back. Hooray. I mean, I could just install the cage and toss it in there, right? What if we do that for now? Since we have the cage, we have the creature, I'm just gonna say adamantine cage goes there. Try to do that real quick and get the fire snake tossed in there. And then it will at least be safe. Then it will at least not destroy our fortress. Grab the door, grab the cage. Gonna go haul it somewhere else before it comes back. Because of course. And now it's autumn. Hooray. So I would love like a magma crab, right? I don't know if magma crabs are the same temperature. They're fire immune. They, worked so hard to get that little guy? It's true. Well, we worked hard to get the cage. Once we got the cage and the animal trap, the rest of it was pretty simple. Okay, so I'm going to assign tame fire snake right there. Let's hope someone just comes and grabs it. Could be someone's pet. There it goes. Cool. It's safe. It has been contained. We continue to process adamantine. So that is progressing. That is very nice. We got a pretty good haul out of this, right? We're still at 2 aluminum. We got 5 adamantine wafers here, and that's after building an animal trap and a cage and a chain. We already made 3 adamantine things. And that's another bar and a half equivalent, essentially, right? It takes 3 wafers to make a bar, in the same sense as everything else gets used. Then we have 2 more here. So that's 7, and then I don't know if there's any thread at the moment. We have 1 thread at the moment, which is just right in here. Yeah, it's right there. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're gonna have 9 wafers, which is 3 bars. That's what we're gonna have currently. And then down here, we have mined it all out. Hey, look, more fire snakes. The other thing that so like diamonds can just burn forever, but if you put it in water, it stops. So that's not really gonna boil water for us in that sense. So we've mined out all of the adamantine on this level, right? This is no touch. This is do not touch. We have a couple little pockets down here that we're probably gonna pop open. There might be some more treasure in here. Might be some more goodies in there. But then we're down here, which is its own whole little thing. Shine bright like a diamond. Yes, that's a good song. They shine on. They shine on forever. They shine on. They shine on. Impose ban on exports. I think this is all fine. So we'll come back down here. It's not as much of a priority right this moment. I do want to continue working on this. But I think our bigger priority is right here. And this is also going to use a little bit of ice. And then all of our rotted corpses. All of our corpses have rotted already. Wow. Neat. And we had a bunch of corpses in here, which we're working on dealing with right now. But I think immediately, I think the first thing that we're going to work on is our garbage situation. And then we have a bunch of ice over here. Okay, so we dug all that out. So here are my thoughts. I guess I'm going to go ahead and unpause. Or do I? Yeah, we'll just unpause for the moment. I'm going to talk out loud for a moment. So we have our trade depot and we have our garbage disposal here. And both of these, I think, need to be adjusted a little bit. The trade depot is just big enough for the trade depot itself, which means anytime we have a caravan show up, the wagons park themselves right here in the doorway, which means I can't close the gate and seal them inside without, like, erasing their wagons, right? Which would be bad. That would have repercussions. So I want this dome here to be large enough for both the trade depot and the wagon to be safely inside, and then I can close the door if there's a siege, and then they'll just all be safely inside. And there's going to be, like, you know, people milling about out here, and that's going to be its own issue, but that's its own thing. And then here, I also want this to be bigger. I think it's going to be like, we're going to have like a double dome situation. We're going to make this one bigger, and then we're going to make another one right here. They're basically going to have two separate domes, but they're just going to be adjacent to each other. And we're going to have multiple different minecarts going down. And that's going to allow us to sort our garbage on the surface here and put them into two different minecarts. And then they'll go to, like, slightly different positions down here, right? We have our stuff to melt. We have our stuff to incinerate. We have our garbage. Wow, look at this. Our garbage used to be taking up this entire floor. Now it's all just here. Now we have a bunch of garbage here. So that's cool. The stone and stuff can be... I don't know, we'll deal with all that. So the first deal that we want to deal with is a new footprint for all of this, right? So it's still gonna be circles. It's still gonna be circles, still gonna be hollow. Like this, right? So for the trade depot, if it were this large, then this would live, like, this space here would be large enough for a wagon, right? And then the door would be here. So really it just needs to be this big. It doesn't need to be that much bigger. I do want to be careful about this pathway here because I want wagons to still fit through here. So it still needs to be 3 wide. I do kind of want wagons to fit through here. So maybe we push it back to here. Right? And then we're gonna have to, like, move our stairwell, but that's doable. That's a thing we can do. We're also gonna have to put in some wall down here underneath to shore up this corner, but that's also fine. I think that's gonna be a good way to do it. I think I want... On how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna mark all this? Right, and then if I have our second dome right here, just kind of share the middle wall, and then this wall is going to go away. But then we could have a minecart going down, and then maybe over here we have a second minecart, and then these are just our stockpiles. I think we only really need 2 minecarts going down, right? Because we're gonna have the corpses and stuff that go to the incinerator. We have weapons and armor that goes to the melter. And there's gonna be like all the other stuff, right? There's gonna be bars that come off of the battering rams. There's gonna be blocks that come off of the siege builders. There's gonna be clothing that come off of everyone. And that's all just stuff that kind of gets claimed, more or less, right? The clothing might go away if it's too broken. So maybe it goes in the incinerator pile, and then we just let people claim the things out of the incinerator pile that can be used elsewhere. Maybe that's how we do it. So it's going to be a dump pile, or like a melt pile, an incinerator pile, and if people want to claim some clothing out of the incinerator pile, they will be welcome to do so. So, and then I never actually put floor in here, did I? Maybe that's what we should do. So I'm gonna say, instead of this being hollow, I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna say this is all gonna be like microcline floor. Do I make this like one smaller? Because this one doesn't need to be that big, right? I guess more room for stockpiles in here would make things go a little faster. And it would be symmetrical. So what if we had one like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a round circle. And then we'd have another one like this. And that would leave room through here. That'd leave room through here. It would all operate the same. Can keep most of our roof. Most of the roof? Not all of the roof. We're gonna have to change the roof. Hello, howdy doody. How's it going, Dread Wedge? We're contemplating a garbage chute. Or adjusting our garbage chute, I should say. So this is gonna be floor. Dwarfing fort or fortly dwarfing? We are fortly dwarfing. And then I want to set the material for this as well. I always have to go back. I wish I could set the material through there. So I want to go construct, floor, show planner, and that is microcline, so I didn't even have to. Now here, we're going to go... I'm going to say floor for all of it. And what did I say? 5 and 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that too big? That's too big. I think we're doing... How was I doing this? What was I doing here? Was it this? I think it was this. Right? 'Cause that leaves room there. Then I want to come down. I want to do here. So I'm going to start by saying this is floor. And we're also going to say that this is floor. And then half of that is going to go away and become wall anyway. So maybe let's start with that. Can I just designate wall on top of floor? Does it work that way? So I want wall is just going to be ice. Can I do this? Yeah, okay. Wall, 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 wall. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to replace the outside bits of this with wall, which is slightly different from how I was doing all the other stuff, but I don't really care. Right, I'm just going to like this. And this. And this. And then we're gonna come across like this. And then... right? And then I'll go like this. Is this actually working? It's not really updating, is it? Well, we'll try that. And then I want some wall beneath here as well. I guess I'd prefer to do it out of ice. That's what we're doing over here, right? I mean, that'll at least keep it consistent. So we'll do wall there. We'll do wall like this. And then wall like this. And then that will be all of that. And then I guess, oh, see, now it works. That's weird. I'm gonna do like this. I feel like I don't actually have this much, but if it's gonna let me designate it, then whatever. And then, oh, all of this too. Maybe we don't make this out of ice just because I don't want to use that much ice. We could do this out of microcline. We just do a microcline foundation. That seems fine. So here, do I have? We probably need to make more. Probably need to make more microcline. So we'll do that. Let's just say rock blocks. Gonna do microcline specifically. Might need to mine more microcline. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna say do that like, let's do like 25 times and get 100 of them. And that will get them to work on that. And then I guess we also want to have an entrance in here, right? So I want to say maybe these 3 go away. And then we should still have a bunch of porcelain sitting around for our roof, right? Did we use all of our porcelain? I doubt we used all of our porcelain. There's no way we used it all. Or it's not a bar, it's blocks. We want blocks. Porcelain, we still have... That's gonna be all of the porcelain. That's all of the porcelain. It ended up down here, up here, here. We have a bunch of kaolinite. We We do not have a bunch of porcelain, so we'll probably have to make some more porcelain. Wow. I thought we had more. Okay. So that means we need to mine more kaolinite as well. So let's do that real quick. We'll find some more microcline and some more kaolinite. And get them digging on it, since we don't have any other digging jobs happening right this moment. Of course, this is all continually aquifer. Let's go ahead and smooth this out. That should all be fine. And then this has all been smoothed out. But like this is lignite, this is sandstone. Bituminous coal. Mudstone. There is so much mudstone in here. I mean, we managed to deal with a lot of this aquifer. a lot. Not all of it, but a lot. I know there was... I feel like there was more in here. Sandstone. Oh, here. Kaolinite. Okay. So we're gonna mine... like this. And see what that gets us. And then microcline. That's all. Yeah, we'll ignore all this. We'll ignore all that. Mudstone, jet. We got plenty of jet. That's all mudstone. That's all mudstone. Microcline. Perfect. Okay. And then we've already mined out underneath this, so this won't create more aquifer weirdness on us. Very, very good. That's microcline. Conglomerate. And then yeah. Do like this. And then leave that. So we have doors. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough to get us started. So let's keep an eye on this and see how they do. Probably gonna trap someone in here, but that's fine. It's fine. And we're gonna have to move these stairs like down here, which is fine. We should also put in like some weapon traps. Didn't we were making weapons for weapon traps. Oh, there's like a goblin arm just up here. That's pretty great. Big mud room. There is so much mud in this fortress. It is kind of absurd. This is a mud fortress. Trying to think how we want to do this. We're also gonna have to like strategically disassemble and then recreate our trade depot at a time when there's no one trying to come and trade. Maybe we'll do that in the spring when it's the elves. You think it's an ice fortress, but it's a mud fortress. It is a mud fortress. It'd be cool if you could actually make like a mud castle. Oh, we don't want this. I don't want that one. I also don't want like here, right? Because that's going to be another path down. Yeah. Multi-user dungeon fortress. Oh no! See, they're still making them out of microcline. Interesting. They did not listen to my directives, did they? I guess I'm gonna let them build it, and then we'll just replace it. So then we'll at least know where things are. Can you craft mud blocks for walls? Not really. You can make clay? Like, I don't know, do you consider clay to be mud? Because in that sense, sure. crawfish people and make mud mounds. That would be fun. I know there's a lot of animal people mods. I wonder if there's a crawfish mod. I think it'd be cool to have either an aquatic or an amphibious fortress. Sod, that'd be fun. That'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to have like a whole population of aquatic people living in your fortress, and having to have like what if you had half your fortress population was strictly underwater and the other half was strictly above water, but you had to have them like cooperate and have like part of the fortress is underwater and part of the fortress is above. I think that'd be kind of cool. Grand Schemer meets with the Dwarf Diplomat. Hooray. Hooray. Wild Goblin should also have this. True. Made most of a lobster people mod a long time ago, but they only got about 60% of the way through the art before I stalled. Dang. Dang. You should finish it. Just do it. Hey, look, the dwarves are here. I'm curious if they will have brought us any aluminum. And we're gonna see. It looks like they can still fit through here. So that's good. A diplomat could not complete a meeting. What do you mean? They did complete a meeting. Is this our king here? No, that's our grand tactician. It looks like the meeting took place. Oh well. Mermaid people on one side, kobolds on the other, and toad people to do the in-between. True. Just an entire class of material haulers that are amphibious. That'd be kind of fun. Love to see it in what you have left to make. Yeah. You know, I think there's some people around who can help with the art part, if that's the hard part. I'm gonna disassemble these inner ice walls, because that one's gonna stay. This one's gonna stay. Right, these are gonna stay. This is all gonna stay. This one, and this. And then we need to make our roof. And then same thing. I'm also gonna do, let's do this. I'm gonna have a ramp here for getting onto the roof. Right, we'll just do it on one side so no one can like climb over stuff. Playing a Toadman Fort right now and it's a blast. Excellent. Excellent. Do you have like an amphibious fortress? What I guess you can't really make buildings underwater, right? I want to make like workshops that function underwater and then have like mermaids operate them. I think that'd be really fun. Traders ready to trade. Okay, I want to take a look at what they have. If they have a chunk of aluminum, I would be so happy. Fine pewter? It's not even gonna be in like order or anything. Whatever. Let's get a bin up here. Oh, we have a new trader. We have to like get our trader all trained up on appraisal again, don't we? And of course, this didn't work. I'm just going to go ahead and disassemble this one to start with, and then we'll start with the ice here. Right, no access, sure. Why did you, I don't want you to dump. Don't dump the ice. Don't don't dump the ice. You keep the ice. If you bring the ice inside, it stops being ice. But now that that is there, I want to do... How am I going to do this? How do I adjust this roof? I guess I want the roof to be like the same size, kind of, just in a different spot. Which means I have to disassemble the whole thing. So I'll disassemble the roof. I guess I want to do the very middle first. Let's not murder anyone here. Yeah, we're just gonna have to take the whole roof down. And then broker requested, yeah. Pathing is messy for anything that isn't standard dwarf, kind of like how that bird person died by not having ramps down. Yep. Don't remind me. Build the structure underwater, drain it from underneath. See, I don't know. Usually, if like you're just playing as dwarves, you can't build underwater. Like if there's more than depth 2, like they can build in like ankle deep, but like knee deep water they can't build in. Oh, so maybe we just need like a mod. Maybe we just need like an aquatic fortress mod, which I would absolutely play. Oh, we're gonna wait for our one last item. Not ideal. Always figured fort defense by flooding would be a fun option that might still allow combat. True. Well, I mean, so like... As in you flood the fortress and continue living in it, or just like... Screw this and flooding it and killing everyone with yourself? Okay. Trade with dwarves. You did not bring me aluminum. Curse you. All I want is one aluminum bar. And then the blocks are all whatever. You have some glass gems. You have boulders. You have some logs. I'm gonna grab your logs. Chain? Do you have aluminum chain? I highly doubt it. This is all cloth. This is all cloth. And flasks? A nickel flask, an iron flask, but not aluminum. Dang. Does it, and if I search? Nope. Curse you all. Try a mostly underwater world, that would be cool. Or a shallow sea. See, I would only even know if how much control you have over that. That would be tough to control. You need like a lake. Like flooding the entrance when your amphibious squads on any enemies inside temporary protection. That'd be sweet. That'd be cool. Drowning traps are very effective. Traditionally, that's a very effective way to kill some goblins. Just toss them in some water. Like, you don't even have to do combat in there. You just toss them in a pool of water and wait. Lead, nickel, nickel, lead, zinc, nickel, copper, nickel, lead, lead, tin, nickel, lead, tin, nickel, copper, lead, copper, tin. Oh, wow. These are all wooden buckets. You have some weapons. None of this is going to be aluminum. Yeah. I don't think you can make aluminum armor and such. I don't think I need any cloth. Maybe some leather. Let's clap the bins. But you didn't bring leather. Okay. Sure. I have a whole bunch of bolts, but I don't need bolts. Bone earrings. Anvils, some meat. Some of this might be worth having. This is mostly gonna be cheap meat. Jabber kidneys. We'll just grab the most expensive stuff that you have. And fish, we don't need fish. We don't need plump helmets. The fruit we've been liking for booze. Just make a bunch of caper booze. There's clearly an artifact in here. And then, do I care about any of the rest of this? Quivers. Corkscrews. Cheese. Nope, I don't care about any of this. Bunch of scrolls I think we have. I recognize most of these. It's really like 4 books that keep getting circulated. The future of the dwarves. Yep, okay. We're just gonna do this one bin. I think that works. I think we're just gonna do that and call it good. Call it good. Flush system that shoots them out into the sea. Yeah, that's some dead goblins. That will murder a bunch of goblins. And even like their new fancy pathfinding stuff will not be able to handle that. Right, I'm gonna go ice wall or... Okay. Really? I need to do a little... little temporary floor there. Gotta do the same thing out here. Buy every copy and have a monopoly. That'd be a lot. I think it seems like those couple books have a lot of copies. Okay, so I'm gonna do wall here. This will be ice. I'm gonna go ahead and do like here and here. I'm also, oh look, a strange mood. Also gonna do our bridge, right? Our gate. So this is just gonna go here, out of ice. And then well, we did that. Okay, I think I mostly want to get the roof in here so that it's secure, right? And then once that's done, we can work on like the rest of it. Okay, so then I can remove this. I also want to get microcline in here, but I guess not. I guess I didn't want microcline here, did I? Oh well. So remove that. We do floor. This will be microcline blocks. Like so. And then same thing here, we can do... I guess we don't need to do... Or no, it's a slope. Yep. Okay, so let's do floor. I'm gonna do wooden floor just so I can keep track of what's temporary. Because I will lose track. Then I guess we could go ahead and dig these stairs down. Right, it's literally just gonna be like that. But we have to build here and then remove this, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then ice wall goes there. So we go like that. That will close that off. And see, why are they dumping? Why are they dumping things as they deconstruct? That's not typically how it works. We're just gonna remove how does this work? I think I want to remove the walls first. Let's do like, let's be very careful about this. I think, no, actually they couldn't. They only needed like this. Yeah. Oh, I guess they can. Okay, we'll let them work on that. And then this needs to be ice. Right there. And then same thing here. We'll do the same thing here. Maybe what we should do is build our roof here so we can decide on what it's going to look like. Yeah, stop dumping. Why? Is it because I like dumped everything on the surface at one point and that like dumped the building materials too? I don't know why it would do that. Okay, look at our little our ice stuff. I think it's very good looking. Okay, so then that got done. So now I want to do I want to build an ice stair. Like that, I guess. Why not? Use some of that ice there. Oh yeah, need to be careful here. So there's roof here. Let's try not to drop a roof on the trade caravan. I'm gonna try very hard not to murder a trade caravan by accident. So, for the roof, I want to make this out of porcelain. So it's going to be floor. Just porcelain? Right? Any porcelain building material. And I'm gonna make a ring. Right, so if I go to the size of my circle, and then I want to go in. So that's going to be my I'm gonna have a roof like that. And then this inside part is gonna be the dome. I think that'll be fine. All ends up getting snowed over anyway. I've been doing just like... I've been kind of inconsistent on how I use my circle tool, I think. Oh no, let's do it that way. So I'm gonna like there and like there. And then that's gonna be my roof, and I'm gonna have to put a roof over here as well for that, right? But that's easy enough. So this is gonna be floor. Floor. And then I'm just replicating that here. I'll wait until we have all this undone first, though. Right, so I'll let them do that. Those things got done, so I'm gonna remove that. And do a floor here out of wood. And like some of these bits, I might just start like here, I'll just replace this wall all at once. If we get a siege while we're dealing with this, then it's going to be a nightmare, but I think we'll be okay. I think we just need to focus on it and get it done. So let's get rid of all 3 of these, right? Because ramps give structural stability, right? Pretty sure. Let's do these. Yeah. Okay. Haven't murdered anyone yet. So now this is all slope, but a bunch of it's like hanging. So here we do need to be careful. So maybe I'll put in the outside part first. So we're saying it's like this, right? Let's start with this. Start with that. Will it build a floor over my block? Over my ramp? Is that how it's gonna work? Did I do that right? I think I did that right. We'll find out. Like, this shouldn't be anything at all, should it? We should just do... Right, remove that, remove that. Okay, and then wall. These are gonna be ice. And then here as well, we want to do a wall like this. Or out to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, I've done something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did I do wrong here? Right, so if my circle looks like this... Oh, I see. So I need to get rid of, like, these 3 and put something in here. So that's not so bad. I didn't royally screw up. So we'll not do that one. Some of these bits we won't be able to do until we move our trade depot. I'm gonna hold off on that one. in the background, all sorts of things are happening. We found a bunch of damp stone, which I forgot to designate as... Yes, I know it's damp. So I guess we didn't open up any aquifers, right? I can't, like, scroll through them all. We might be fine, honestly. We might be fine. Okay. Oh, and then yeah, we're gonna need more porcelain bricks. So we did manage to find a little bit of kaolinite. Hooray. So I'm gonna put in a work order for clay bricks, right? Clay bricks. I say do that 30 times. And then we should see if we can find more kaolinite. I bet we need more. Because this is where we're getting microcline. Because I'll stay on paused. Right, that's all just mudstone. We're going to do... Where was it? Here? It was here! This is kaolinite. Okay, so yeah, I do want to do this. I'm going to say, yes, I know it's damp. I'm aware that it's damp. I think this is all fine. I don't know about the diplomat thing. We have babies becoming children. We have a moody kobold gathering items still. You gotta be... What are you grabbing? You grabbed some low-value gems and some wood. Cool, thanks. Oh, and then this becomes ice. That all looks good. And then I want to get rid of this one, right? And, oh yeah, and then I need to get rid of, like, these. So that's all just floor. Also gonna have to, like, disassemble this and put a wall there. This is tricksy. Let's do... I guess I'm just gonna keep taking down little bits and replacing it with ice as I go. We can do here. What year did this fort start? This fort... it was like 130 something? I want to say either late 120s or early 130s. We've been here for quite a while. But the world started at 100. We world gen to 100. This is our third fortress in this world. All three fortresses have been different from each other and quite bonkers. No, keep mining it. Keep going, and then here's more kaolinite. Always more. But this fort stayed at a very low population for a very long time. Surprised it's only been 30 to 40 years. Feel like it's been going on forever. True. I mean, we've been playing in this world, like, in real time for over a year at this point. Like, a year in, like, 2 or 3 months, even. Started in and in multiple forts, that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes for me. This is, and especially world, I usually don't start multiple fortresses in the same world. This is one of the first times I've really stuck with a world this long. And I highly recommend it. The little interactions that you get with the world when you've been here, when you've been there for a while, are really cool. Any new baby polar bear people? Not people. We definitely haven't seen more animal people show up. I have our walruses. So we have a bunch of walruses here. And we haven't had anything else show up since they got here. So I'm tempted to like... I guess there's a couple crundles downstairs. But we've been getting like small handfuls of animals show up. And then they stick around for a very long time, and then other things don't show up. Like, they don't just kind of come in and come out like you would normally expect. Yeah, okay, they just replaced it with floor. I guess that works. I think we lose some porcelain in that, but... oh, whatever. So I do want to disassemble some of this, so I'm gonna start, like, here. Because now I want my ramps to be, like, out here. What did... I feel like something is strange here. Something is lopsided. I think it'll be easier to tell once we get rid of some of this other junk. Is everyone busy? We're only at 30 frames. We are slowly losing frames. Like we got stuff going on, right? We're storing items. We're storing so many items. We're sparring. We're socializing. We're sleeping. We're reading. There are people standing around. Okay. They're working on it. We're gonna harvest the walruses. So if we had like aquatic hunters, that'd be one thing. But they're out here in the middle of the water. I don't know how I would even do it. I don't know how I would, if I'm being perfectly honest. There's out here in open water. Like, I might DF hack them away, but we wouldn't be able to use their corpses. Living, loving, dying, cloth. Yep. Yes. We should still be working on cloth stuff. I think that's all just working on the background now. Projectile lava cannon. That is a thing. That is a thing. Yeah, tinting gray cloth, use slate gray using blue dye. No, drop it. Don't haul the ice. Can I forbid your ice? Like, undump. Okay, yeah, leave it alone. Leave my ice alone. So that all got done. So now I want to do like... this? And then I want to disassemble this as well, right? So we're gonna do this carefully. You actually preserve the ice blocks out of that, right? Where'd all the ice blocks go? I guess there's a couple there. Okay. Just have one of the polar bear people stand very still at the edge of the until the walruses can't see them. Oh, there you go. Is that how it works? Okay. I want to look at my circle shape again. So I need a wall here. And then this circle is fine. And this one, the dwarves are working on leaving now, so I think we're to like quickly disassemble and then reassemble. But I want to get rid of these two. And put one here and here. And like here, I guess. But I want to get rid of this one. Yeah. Get rid of that. Howdy, howdy. Hello, zombie giant sponge. Welcome in. We're picking up some trash. The goblins left a bunch of garbage around. How are you today? I am okay. I am very distractible and scattered right now, but you know how that goes. Let's do... I'm gonna replace this with ice. Wow, they can take those walls down real fast. It's January, it sure is. It sure is. Come on. There you go. And then I want this one and this one gone. Dimly the Gem Cutter has created Silzeric, a fire agate amulet. Excellent. See, I'm not sure how... I feel like these, some of our artifact moods are making impossible things. 76,000. It is encrusted with oval microcline cabochons decorated with cave spider silk and encircled with bands of date palm wood. Object is adorned with hanging rings of fire agate and limonite, menaces with spikes of levin opal, giant polar bear bone, and adamantine. Oh, you did, didn't you? Oh, you did, didn't you? Can something count as a symbol for the king if it's a artifact that includes adamantine and not just made of adamantine? This also has Yeti bone. It's got everything in it. An image of Saucy the kobold and Told-dwelled the famous siege. The Yeti bone throne. What? Yeti bone throne? Since when is there a Yeti bone throne? Did we make a Yeti bone throne? Artwork relates to the creation of Told-dwell the fabulous siege in sledge skewers by Saucy in the early winter of 66. So we made a Yeti bone throne 2 years ago, so now this fire agate amulet has an image of that throne on it. Fantastic. True visage of the South, it's very true. That goes on a pedestal. If I have any open. So where am I even gonna find that? I guess it would be under amulet. There you are. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm gonna keep removing the ramps. Right, that's a ramp, that's a floor, floor, floor. This all can stay. That's a slope. Somehow. And this, yeah. Floor, slope, floor, 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 floor. Okay. Okay. And then we need to remember that this, like this tile doesn't actually belong here. Maybe we'll just remove that now. So we have a shape, right? So I want to make sure that I'm getting everything even here. So here's our wall. And then here's our inner ring of porcelain floor. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit that again to get those built in there, and then same thing here. Or maybe it's just already fine. Maybe it's just already good to go. It might be fine. And then inside of here is just gonna be a ramp. I think that's what I want to do. There they go. Goodbye, dwarves. Right? I feel like it doesn't it doesn't look quite right. Part of it's because I'm like rebuilding these walls as I go. But I guess if there is stuff underneath it, I don't need it to be porcelain. Okay, so they've all left. I'm going to disassemble my trade depot. I'm going to put floor over the other stairs, right? So I'm just going to say construct floor out of microcline. Try to copy your idea of having a museum room with all the artifacts on pedestals. Within a few seasons, I get notifications that artifacts are not in their proper place anymore. Shake my head. This is why my fort can't have nice things. That is definitely a thing. There are a couple tricks that I've been using. I don't know that I'm actually using them in this fortress, but we also haven't been getting a lot of attention here. I don't think anyone's actually tried to break in and steal anything here. Yeah, I'm actually not doing it here. One thing you can do that I've done in other fortresses, if I just say that my treasure room here is actually a meeting area, it's actually like a tavern, right? But I restrict it to only citizens, then people who don't belong to your fortress won't be allowed to enter the treasure room. And that has done quite a bit on its own to keep people from, to keep things from going missing. What just, no, I didn't want you building here. That's not what I wanted. Just up here, yeah. Weird. Had mine in a busy hallway so everyone could see the treasures, right. And that is a good thing to do, right? That's not the wrong choice. I'm getting myself so confused here. Because if someone tries to infiltrate your fortress and steal stuff, they'll try to do it while no one is looking. So if there's just always someone nearby, it's going to be harder for them to like walk away with things, right? That part definitely helps. The other thing that I've done, instead of making it like you can make it a meeting hall and people will hang out in there. I I mean, this is maybe just my kobold brain thinking, but I make the treasure pit a temple to no dedicated deity, dedicated to no deity. So then A, there's just always some people hanging out in there, worshipping, and B, that room is going to be worth quite a lot, right? Everyone gets their happy thoughts while being in a very, very high value temple, even though it's just a hole in the ground with a bunch of treasure on pedestals. That seems to help it, that also seems to help. So ice is gonna go there. And then I want to disassemble this. And then a baby. Clan Tactician has given birth to kobold hatchlings. Neat. I am gonna put floor in here. We did just have like our ice depot on raw ice floor before, but I'm actually gonna put in a whole floor here. Like so. And then I want to remove this one. But this one goes away. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need something there. Is that how this is working? Shapes are hard. Yeah, I want wall there. And then I'm just gonna have to be, maybe I'll finish my ice walls. That'll help me understand where my ceiling parts are going. Right, and then maybe I don't even need... I guess I technically don't even need these, right? Because that's where my gate is gonna go. Did I do that right? I want this to go away. And then I'm gonna start replacing these as well. If I have the ice to do it, I'm just gonna do it. Right? I think that's all I gotta do. And then I guess my gate's gonna go here, so I do want floor there. Hum-de-dum. Gonna be careful. I'm gonna be so careful. I'm gonna be so dang careful. So let's make our gate here, right? So it's gonna go like this. And then a wall like that. And then I'm gonna do here. Do like all of this. Then I think I can make my depot. Should I just make the depot out of microcline this time? I'm trying to be conservative with my ice, I think. If I go... Where are you? Trade depot. It's its own thing. So this is gonna go way back here. So then caravans can just hang out directly next to it. I mean, it only takes 3. We'll use ice. Why not? And we're gonna work over here too, so I'll just do that. Like so. Miner's been found dead. Oh no! Oh, what'd I do? Oh, what'd I do? I just killed a miner. Oh, I just killed a miner by taking out a wall that was holding up a roof. Because there's a bunch of stuff that's just diagonal up here. Oh, my poor miners. My poor miners. My stockkeeper is not going to become a miner. You are now a miner. Oh my god. Gonna be careful. We're gonna be careful. We're just gonna be careful. Got you two. Or no, yeah, this bear is unconscious. Oh my god, that got a jeweler and a miner and 3 polar bears caught up in it. Damn it. What did I just say? What did I just say? Oh my god. Like this, right? We're gonna be careful. Okay. I'm mad. Oh, I'm mad. I think this fort is so slippery, yes, and with the numb fingers and all. At least they got claws. At least they can hold on to ice blocks with claws, right? Clean, yep. Dude, there's all this weird squished cobalt junk everywhere. So I want to do here. I want to do here first, I think. Right? It also broke my in progress. I probably lost ice blocks by destroying an in progress trade depot like that. Right, that could be microcline. That should be microcline. And then ice over here. And now we should hook these up to levers before we forget about it. So I'm gonna say like both of these, right? So this is gonna link to here. Oh, come on. What am I trying to... Can't I zoom to that? And then... Oh, here. You... Link to here. Okay. I guess I want to do, and I can do that, right? Do right here. And then now I want to build my trade depot. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I can get rid of these. Should all be safe. Should all be safe. So, I guess I want some more microcline in here. I am going to end up having like a walkway down here. So I'm going to leave this middle bit. Kind of want to put microcline underneath my my track stop here. Maybe I'll just disassemble a track stop, then reassemble a track stop. And I guess I want another track stop right here. It's going to not dump. It's going to be full friction. It's going to be microcline block. It's going to go right there. Boop, boop, boop. Running out of ice. Oh, it's gonna be close. But it looks like these got that link's happened. That's good. Let's do like this, and then maybe like this, and like this. Can be like as much ice as I have left. Might not even have that much. Oh, now I'm out. Okay, so that means, I guess there's still some sitting there because they're still grabbing it, but then I guess I can just disassemble that one and take that one ice block. Now how do I want to reconfigure this? I guess I'm gonna dig some because I'm gonna want some of these tunnels, right? So I'm gonna do slope here, slope here. Right, and then like this. I think is how it works. And like that, and like that. And then that will be the end. And then we're gonna have to do a whole bunch of stuff down here to make it work, but we'll get there. So I think I can just Just build floor underneath the minecart. It's gonna let me do that. Look at this. This one is... The walls here are done. That's nice. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Glacial downward slope. Oh, they did move it. Okay. Because the route is still there, right? The route still exists there. But now I'm going to just replace the track stop. I wonder if they'll put the minecart back once we've done that. And then if we return back up here, so we have some floor overhanging here, which I think is what I want. I think that's what I was doing. I'm gonna do one more ice floor here. And then now this it's all weird. So if I look at my circle, right, here's my circle. All ice on the outside. So I think I want to get rid of some of these, like these 2 porcelain blocks. Just so I have a solid ring of ice on the outside. Come on. Get rid of that one and that one. And this one. Or no, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do this one first. I guess if it's just hanging, it's not that bad, though I do worry about that. We do want to secure this so we don't just get a battering ram through there. That would suck. Do wall here. And I definitely want porcelain floor here. That's the one that collapsed, right? And then same kind of thing here. I don't think I need this one. I don't need this one. Or this one. I think that's how that works. This is taking a minute. Where's that last ice block coming from? Wow, my tongue does not work today. So this at least all looks the same, right? I think we've done it. I think we made this symmetrical. It's my last ice block, so that means I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. Just to make it pretty, but it's at least functional that way. And then I'm gonna put in some like microcline down here just for the sake of sealing this off. I might just do something like that. Don't want anyone sneaking inside here. There we go. We have our new trading depot all set up. We have our walls all made. Our roof is gonna happen. I think we did it. I'm gonna double check my little circle tool again. Right, so here's my wall. And it's all ice. Then here's this wall, and there's, you know, a couple different bits of microcline still, but no porcelain. And then if I do this, that is all, that should all be fine, right? I guess I want to put ice floor in there too. Yeah, I think that's how I want it. And then from there, we do ramps. So many ramps. So many ramps. So I'm gonna go right. No, not you. Basically gonna encircle all of this with ramp. Of course, I have to get that corner. But then the inside of that will become wall. And then above that will be roof. I think that's gonna be fine. Gonna look quite a bit different from before, but I think it's still gonna be good. Woo! Need more. Clay bricks. Let's do another 50. And probably find some more rocks as well. Where were we? Here? Oh, look. Hey, look, it's flooded. There is more kaolinite, though. And of course, we're not really going to be able to get in there to drain this, are we? Nope. Oh, there's a drain there. Whatever. So that's sandstone. A smear of dwarven rum. Interesting. Who's smearing their rum around? And I guess we can smooth this. Flooded, who would have thought? Wow, this has never happened to me. That's pretty good looking. And that all looks how I intended it. So essentially we're going to have a pair of minecart tracks coming down with a walkway up the middle. So I suppose it makes sense for people to get from here to there. Usually I just try to keep people off the minecart ramp, but I think maybe if we like have a high traffic area through the middle, that'll keep them off the tracks themselves. Right, so we're gonna go like this for some walls. Then this is track, so I'm gonna do ramp here. And then can I ever remember how this works? I'm constructing ramp. I think I have to make the ramp first and then do tracks on top of it. I think is how it works. This is all gonna change. What am I looking at there? Water. They've been, see? They dumped ice down here and then it melted. It's all ice we could have used. And see, now what's gonna happen if they dump water into a furnace? An incinerator. I think what we learned is that nothing happens though, since it's not like real water. It's just melted ice. Of course, no one's gonna move this anywhere. That's so dumb. And then I'm going to disassemble that. And then I guess, well, I'm going to leave that there. And then this pile, this basically goes away, doesn't it? This is full of copper bolts. I don't want copper bolts here. Or rather, it should output. It should output to the ammo pile. Whoop. Now it is winter. Hooray. It's outputting to our general goods stockpile, and our block stockpile, and our bar stockpile, and our melt pile, and our ammo pile. But the ammo pile is only going to accept, I guess it accepts all of them, doesn't it? I really only want copper in here, honestly. Maybe we do that. But look at this. Oh, they're doing real good here. I wanted one here, right? Okay, and then did I run out? I must have run out before I got to here. Nope, I paused. And I'm just straight up out of ice. So I should turn all this back on. go. There's so much snow in here. Then in theory, I guess we should check on our mining operations. That's just all mudstone. Need to leave this fort in IRL spring. Do a flower fort? Oh, that'd be fun. Do a seasonal fort each time. I think our next fort is going to be a return to Leopard Bends, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know if that counts as a spring. Here's more kaolinite. Oh, bittersweet, as you said, is the end. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how long we live. We stay there. We could spend another 50 years there for all I know. But yeah, I think our story here is itching for a climax / conclusion. And I am itching for kind of a new world, right? How old did you come to that conclusion? Oh. Don't apologize. You're not allowed to apologize for puns. Not in this stream. I'd struggle to move on. I mean, so my motivations right now, so there's things in this game that we are not experiencing because this world is so old. And that is only going to continue as time goes on. Like most of the things that have happened development-wise since we started this world have been included in this world, but not all of them. There are things that we're missing out on in this world, and I would like to experience them, right? I'm curious how long it's going to be between now and when we start getting some magic release stuff. The next major stuff that we're expecting in Dwarf Fortress development is very fancy magic things. And maybe we'll hold off on making a new world until we have some of that stuff to play with, just so that we make sure that that ends up in there. Because I would hate to like hold off on making a new world for so long and then make a new world and then have a bunch of new cool stuff happen like immediately, and then have to wait, not have to, but end up waiting like another year before seeing it. So maybe we'll hold off until we start seeing some of that stuff show up in the game. But when it starts showing up, I want to play with it, right? When we start getting wizards, I want to have a world with wizards in it. That's kind of my main motivation. Like I'm going to be sad to leave this world behind, but the possibilities of the new things that we can find are also very, very interesting to me. I've struggled out with Minecraft worlds totally. Couples living prosperously ever after. And that's the other thing. If people are still interested in this world, this can just become a Succession world. And viewers and fans can just kind of take turns playing in here and continuing the story however they want. There's nothing that prevents us from doing that. And I think that's a neat thing to do as well, so I think that's probably going to be what happens. We're just going to go like that. Why not? Whoop. Oh, need more porcelain. Still making some? Okay, still working on it. The drawings of Roman kobolds I will miss, yes. Well, and see, who's to say that our new world doesn't also have kobolds? It may not be a kobold-focused world, but there may be kobolds in it. I don't know that I can leave the kobolds behind entirely, if I'm being honest. I think they have to be... I think they gotta be in there in some way. Do you lean more vanilla next world after the kobolds? I think I'm leaning less vanilla. Operation Make Untenable Land Bridges begins. Quite possibly. Let's see, how are we gonna do these inside pieces? I need to do like... I do like these pieces last. Wood. Oop, of course. Let's do one here. Like, I don't know that our fortresses will be focused on a kobold civilization, but... Did you even try? I swear I told you to put a floor there. But I don't know. I like the idea of finding a new group of funny little people to work with. Here come the kobold caravan. Like, probably not dwarves. I don't know. I don't think the next world is going to be dwarf focused the same way that this one wasn't. Like, there's gonna be dwarves in it, but I don't know that they're not gonna be the main characters. I don't think. Because I really like how this turned out. Working over there, and then here come the kobolds. Yeah. Here they come. I wonder if they have some adamantine or not adamantine, aluminum. They don't have adamantine, I can tell you that much. Let's go here. This clearly has something in it. What do you have in there? I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff. Is it just gold? Do they keep making gold stuff? I don't know why. Native gold bracelet. Yeah, I'm not telling them to make gold crafts. I don't know why that keeps happening. Wow, okay. Bring that bin, please. Troll world? Oh dear. Could try the all animal people civilized and playable mod. That was definitely on my mind as a possibility. Just have them all in there. I love animal people. I don't mind saying that. I think they add so much color and variety to a game like this. They make it so interesting. Here's more. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want you to smooth. Bird people port in the skies. Oh, ooh, ooh, I like that. The entire fortress is just balanced on a single block pillar, going like 50 tiles into the sky. And if anyone wants to siege us, they have to climb it. And also traders, screw traders. Might not all show up. Right, but I mean, like, having a world where they're all possible, I think would be neat. Even if you're not using them all or seeing them all the time, having it being an option is cool, I think. Well, that all worked. So let's get rid of these. Nope. You can go, you can go, you can go. There we go. And then I can just put a roof in here, right? Just do one little floor there. I guess I could even do that. Above ground fort? No, in the sky fort. I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone do that. My experience with Animal People Civs mod is that, in fact, they make up the overwhelming majority of civs that generate. I'm okay with that. I'm so okay with that. Dwarves are cool and all. But what about otters? What about birds? They brought me platinum, but not aluminum. And I'm grumpy about it. Not gonna be, yep, not boulders. You have logs. I guess I'll grab some of your logs. Do I care about any of this? Yeah, like you brought me platinum stuff, just not aluminum stuff. Whoa, what about your food? What about your food? Meat. Eagle meat. Rhino liver. Leopard lung. Jabber or meat? Well, you really didn't bring much, did you? You lose the ability to, like, tell your home civilization what to bring you when you become the capital, which I find a little silly. So they're just bringing us whatever they want now. Bunch of lungfish. We'll grab the fruit and stuff. But like the rest of this? I don't know that I care about the rest of this. Spiked balls? Oh yeah, we're gonna work on weapon traps. Oh yeah. And then never underestimate dissection. We need such a small portion of what this bin that we brought up. Night Jam, 99 Jam, thanks for coming by. It's kind of a single task focused stream, but you know, it's nice to get this done. Do some housekeeping, I guess. No trader needed. Gotta get up in 6 hours for monthly 100-mile commute. Oh. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I'll see you Thursday. I'll be here Thursday. I'll see you Thursday. Find a very deep canyon and build a lattice bridge fort. That'd be fun. It's kind of what we did with our previous one, right? Except it was like the entire fort wasn't in the canyon, but like our big fancy structure was. You could do. I mean, I wonder if you could find a fort or a canyon big enough to fit an entire fortress. That'd be kind of cool. Or a volcano caldera big enough and just put the entire fortress suspended inside the caldera. Bloop, 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 bloop. Did like that fort? I did too. So something about suspending constructions really, really satisfies me. It's not something I've really done before, but just having your primary cosmetic construction be like physically impossible is kind of satisfying. Okay. They are working it all. See, okay, so now the wagons can all stay here, and then I could close the door. Might still squish a person, might still leave someone outside, but at the very least all the wagons can survive. It'll be a little safer for everyone. All our roofs are different. All of our roofs look different. That's kind of what I like, actually. I think I actually like that. So that means now I need to, like... Now I don't actually have track going between these two spots, do I? I'll wait. I'm gonna get the roof done. Gonna get the roof finished, and then we'll work on all the other stuff. There we go. Sweet. I like that. I like that roof. And then we just have a handful of things to replace when we get more ice. And then it's good to go. I want to make sure I have all this done. So it's gonna come out like this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now aside from our three little ice floor here, I think we're good. Oh, and we don't just happen to have a magma crab, right? I would just love a magma crab. Another strange mood. Sure. Trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I know how this is going to work. It's still going to be a little janky. Realistically, what's going to happen is we're going to have a couple stockpiles in here, and we're going to unforbid all of our garbage. And our kobolds are going to come fill up these stockpiles, and they're going to start putting the things into the minecarts. But once the stockpile is full, they're going to still want to be grabbing the garbage, and they're just going to bring it down manually, which realistically isn't that bad because it's not that far now. That used to be something that would be annoying. Looks like all of our arrows left, so that's good. I kind of want to just move this a little. Of course, it's going to be a completely different situation now. There we go. Look at that. Just want this one last block, and then I can forget about it. And then it'll be done. Can probably go ahead and close this for the moment. I'm going to want to get all my tracks set up before we start actually using it. I'm also still tempted to move our lever room, but that's going to be such a pain in the butt. There we go. Come on. Where are you? Making good progress here as well. Okay, I mean, someone's clearly working on it. Just taking their dear sweet time. So, I want to carve tracks. Right? Does that... Do I need to smooth first? Making track is always a pain in the butt. So I guess I carve like this. And then I need to construct down. So I'm going to construct track like that. No. That's a thing. Can I do like this? Building present? Oh, do I need to remove this first? Fine. And then I can carve... Carve to here. So this is our melt pile, right? So one of them's gonna go here, and one of them's gonna go here. So really, it's gonna be like this one goes like this, and then this one. Can I just get rid of this? I think I just get rid of this. And then this goes like this. Okay, and then if I say construct track here to here, I do it out of microcline. That seems fine. Right, okay. That seemed to work. And then same kind of deal here. I want to construct like that. I'm just going to keep using a microcline for all of this. And then I need to, like, connect those, right? Right? Go ahead and go into my this thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna have my track stop there. And then basically these are no-go zones. And then this is like a yes, please go zone. And they put the minecart back. I guess that's fine. I do still need to rebuild that, the track stop. Right, this goes north-south, this goes north-south. This goes south, this goes south. I think that all works. North-south, north-south, north-south. North-south, 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 north-south. Then northeast-west, of course that doesn't matter. And then I think this all works. I think that works. So we're gonna do track stops. These are gonna dump in that direction. Right? Both of them like that. And then same thing up here. We're gonna construct track stops. These do not dump. It goes there and goes there. And our roof is done. Now I also want to engrave, if only to get rid of my snow. Which is silly, but I don't care. Give everyone some happy thoughts while they're hanging out in here. Okay. I mean, that's looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good here. This is what I was intending. That it worked. Oh yeah, what a strange mood going. Milker has created Elkmolka Elnil Sru, a gypsum bracelet, claims it as a personal treasure. Okay. You do you. Need to deal with all these corpses still. I guess I need to tell them to actually dump it, don't I? Because now we just don't have a stockpile for that stuff. Wow, made real quick work of that. So we're gonna have two different hauling things. You know, I might just start over. Just to make sure I'm doing it right. So we're gonna have two routes here. This is going to be... or which is which? I have to actually look. So this bottom one is our incinerator pile. So this is our incinerator. Incinerator. A stop is here. And a stop is here. So this is top side. This is incinerator. And then our other one, I'm gonna go ahead and assign a minecart to it. Not one of the iron ones, we have a papaya. So I'm gonna make another wooden one, because why not? Wooden minecart. Do we have more papaya? Nope. No matter. Just one wooden minecart. And then this is going to be... Oh, not you. This is melter. And you have a stop here. And you have a stop here. And this is melter. Alright, that's not a good way to name things. This is melt pile. This is dump pile. Right? Because if things aren't going to be designated as dump when they get dumped there. But if there's no other stockpile for it to go to, which is currently the case for all the corpses, then I think that's fine. So realistically, in theory, what I can do is just unforbid this whole stack here. And people will grab the things that have places to go. Which is not going to be much, because even the rocks don't really have places to go. But like... see, like, what are you going to grab? You grabbed someone's foot. Okay, so where are you taking this? That probably wasn't the thing to do. Let's see where you take it. Unless this is like one of our corpses and it should be buried. Or it can go in here. Is this... Oh, this might be, is this polar bear? That might be polar bear stuff. Let's make like a single toe. I don't want toes. Maybe I don't want corpses in here. I want just skulls and bones. Yeah, dump that again. But it's not like there's a huge line of people trying to grab stuff from here, so I think that works. Oh, but see now, what are you grabbing? A skeleton. So who's... Yeah, giant polar bear blood. Okay, so we're grabbing giant polar bear stuff out of this dump pile, which I think is appropriate. So we have functional minecart tracks. We're working on another minecart. We probably made the minecart. So I'm gonna say you get custard apple wood minecart. So they're departure conditions. So they're gonna be linked to a couple of stockpiles, right? So this is going to be for here, which is for the dump pile. So this is surface incin. Right? This only, or no, I guess it takes from anywhere. I guess it takes from anywhere. And this is going to accept corpses, except not kobolds, and not polar bear men or polar bears. I think those are the only ones I care about. But then also... And again, I can't get quite as nitty-gritty with this as I want it to be. I want to say gather clothing from the surface, but from nowhere else. And there's no way to really say that. We're gonna start with just the corpses. That's the main thing, right? And then this is gonna be like weapons and armor. So this is all ammo, all armor, all weapons. Right? But they're not gonna... I do want them to, like, dump into here and then move out of here? How do I do that? But then I have, like, two separate batches of things I want to dump. This doesn't quite work the way I want it to. This is like 90% of what I want. I mean, let's start with that. I'm gonna go ahead and open this. We're gonna see if we can get this to work. So then... Hey, there we go. Okay. And see, now they're just gonna go ahead and fill this up with stuff from downstairs, which I suppose is fine. Except that they're gonna do it with all the stuff that's just on... Right? I don't want them to move this. I want this to all stay. Like, leave all that. . 'Cause, 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 And you have bolts? Okay. Like all the stuff from in here is probably going to end up in here. Okay, well let's see how this goes. And see, now there's gonna be a bunch of bolts. Now. Okay. Incinerator pile. I want you to input from this stockpile, from the incinerator stockpile. And then your departure conditions are going to guide south immediately when full of linked items, of any items. I'm just gonna say any items. Right? We'll see if that works. And then you input from here. This is... Oh, come on. I can't look at the stockpile if it's on engraved floor. Forgot about that. How do I... It was, I didn't name it, did I? Oh, whatever. So melter, top side, inputs from stockpile 93. That's what it's called. There you are. This is top side melt. Or surface melt? Whatever. Whatever. So then you are linked to topside melt. Your departure condition is guide south immediately when full of any items. So now in theory, people are going to come by and start putting things into both of these, right? In theory. Let's see if this works. What are you doing? You're just walking around? You are storing a copper bin. No, I don't want a bin in here. I don't think I want bins in here. Or maybe I do? I mean, they could cram more stuff in there if there is, but I don't want to accidentally like just dump everything in here. Okay. Store item in bin. What do you got? You're just being slow. So you're grabbing silver bolts, you're just gonna put it in the bin. Is that what's going on? Just tossing it in the bin. Okay, that is fine. This is fine. Of course, we're all just going to use this as a thoroughfare and look at all the corpses anyway, but at some point we'll be able to, like, close this, and that will not happen. I do want to see this work, though. Because I can just do... Right, I want all of that, and all of that, and all of that. Do we have anyone even trying? Nope. Does that help? They're also busy doing stuff that I have not really told them to do. What are you all doing? Because they're probably working on our ice machine, right? Oh, what are you doing? You are putting it in the vehicle. Okay, you just took the whole bin. You took the whole bin and put it in the vehicle. Okay, perfect. And then you're gonna grab this stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. This is what we want. That's what we want. Okay. So then as they take out of here, then they're gonna bring more corpse stuff and put it in here. Okay. The system works. Let's see them at least get all this stuff moved. Now the trick... I guess the spot where it's going to get dumped into isn't going to be a stockpile, and it's not going to have a dump designation. So if I don't do anything, they're just going to go grab it and bring it back up here. But look at that! They just moved a bunch of junk. Okay. Means I could also put some wheelbarrows in here, right? Is that how that works? Still growing food? Yes. Yes. Hopefully. That's even only just 27%. So we're growing food way down here. Yeah. Yeah, look. It's plump helmet season. Shocking, I know. Oh, and of course I need to, like, view the stockpile. I'm gonna give you, like, 10 wheelbarrows. Because when I want them working on this, I want them working on it, right? And then, how much wood do I have? I could even do copper. Let's do 20 copper wheelbarrows. Even do 30 copper wheelbarrows. Damn, time to make a plumpo lantern. I wonder how big they are. I imagine them being just little mushroom dudes, but who knows? Okay, well, I mean, that's a bunch of corpses. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick and let them try and catch up on this. But you keep an eye on the garbage pile. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Well, I'm liking this better. This is a bit more established than it was before. And they're working on it. Should we have like another... We could have a way for it to go like directly from this hallway into here. Have like another little track stop. Because right now they're grabbing all this stuff and hauling it around and up. And then around to here. And then it's just going right back down. But maybe it's fine. And this is still our dump pile. That is our dump pile. There's a bunch of junk in here. Copper arrows. Yeah, look at all this. We're gonna have to start working on melting again. Wow. Oh, and the spiked silver balls. We should make our traps. So I'm gonna remove these stairs because they are now completely unnecessary. I'm just gonna say trap, weapon, and then we're just gonna use these 3 tiles here. We could take just all the goblin weapons and toss them into weapon traps. If we really wanted to. We need more better mechanisms. And then I want to do like one in here as well. Okay. Oh, it got pushed. Or guided, rather. Right? Yeah, perfect. So it ended up here. It is still full of stuff. I did tell this thing to dump. I swear I told it to dump north. Okay. Thank you, DF Hack. That one dumps north. So, and then when things do get dumped, they are not forbidden. So I need to come back in here and forbid that whole pile. But now someone's gonna grab that and push it back upstairs. Can I put... I don't know that I can put a stockpile on top of a hatch like that? Because I want it to belong there. Thinking of the inauspicious life of a sentient weapon serving time for murder by being made to community service, stabbing goblins in traps. You are sentenced to 100 years as trap. No! I mean, would it even really complain? If it's charged for murder, and the sentence is murder, you know what I mean? And of course, there's children playing make-believe in the garbage piles. But since this can have bins, I think we can make this one smaller. No, I'm gonna do like this, right? Or no, I guess I want it. We'll let it be that big. And then this can be like this. That works. Murder by order of the court. Man, this state-sanctioned murder stuff is getting ridiculous. Oh yeah, we have court. We have. They should have been buried. We have tombs. Why was this person not put in a tomb? We should not have ghosts. Right? There's empty tombs. Not many, mind you. Wow, okay. Maybe not as many as I thought. Just a couple. When did you die? Not one of our soldiers. Oh, and we did actually have someone die in this squad that we need to replace. More tombs. More doors. You all have doors. Okay. And then tombs. And then we'll dig some more while we're at it, because clearly we need them. Now it's spring. Oh, now a bunch of people are gonna die. How many people are gonna die of old age this time? A couple. No, our weaponsmith! Oh no! Oh no, our weaponsmith has died of old age! Ugh. A gem cutter, probably a nice gem cutter. But now if we look at weaponsmith... Yup. That's unfortunate. So now our only decent weaponsmith is also our legendary armorsmith. Are you also old? You're also getting old. So we should be training some blacksmiths. I mean, so we do have a Grand Master Armorer. But no one... They have an apprentice? No. The apprentice was our legendary armorsmith. Time to diversify? Yeah, probably. But it takes so long to train. We're just gonna tell him to make 1 billion copper bolts. Glassmaker? We're not making glass here. Sryu? How old are you? You are 71. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. What about spinner? What about like our children? What if I just find a child? Look at all these children we have. Like these peasants? I think these are gonna be like the young ones, right? So you are assigned to something. Zriller? Zriller's in a squad. Like how old? So they must be 4-year-olds that they become an adult. So we're gonna have some becoming adults pretty quickly here. Hopefully. Do I have any more peasants? Not really. Israz is a siege operator. I mean, you could be a siege operator and a weaponsmith. That doesn't seem too bad. Oh, but how old were you? 22? Okay, yeah, you're our new weaponsmith. And you're gonna be just those 2 things. Gonna try to learn from our other great weaponsmith. Gonna be good enough. And then gem cutter is fine, just unfortunate. Looks like this is basically done. Wow. Oh. Lack the farmer? Were you a good farmer? We got decent ones. Our not Zinner. Where's our king is also getting old. Nolak? Where's Nolak? Nolak is 88. So one of these years it's gonna happen. What was I just looking at? The farmers are fine. Oh, but like, did you give up on wanting your aluminum thing? Oh, but a manager is required. Did our manager die again? Our manager died again? Gosh dang it. You, gem setter. How old are you? 30? Okay. We have a new manager. Under new management. Where's my... It's this one, right? Yeah. Old guard are passing on, yep. It's time for new generation. Who did I... Who was this? Nor. Clan voice. And... there you are. And then I'm gonna find your bedroom. And free it up for one of these babies. More babies! So many babies. This is simultaneously a young and old fort, which I suppose works out. There we go. Everyone's got a bedroom. Someone bringing back up the minecart? I guess, did this get... No, this needs to be... Guide south immediately when... Always, yeah, that's what you need. Guide south immediately when empty. Yep. Okay. Black Mamba and 2 llamas have died. It's just so much. So much garbage. You're just hauling skeletons? Yep. Okay, so then it made it back up here. Perfect. That does leave the issue of things not being forbidden when they get brought down here. And one thing we could do is just remove... What are you doing? You're just... Oh, that's the ghost. Hi, ghost. We could just remove the hatch and have it dump directly into the magma. Because really the hatch is here so that I make sure I don't destroy something that I want. And don't toss someone in that I don't want. But if it is legitimately just corpses, if I'm only having corpses come down on this minecart, then maybe it's fine. Like, the rocks are one thing, right? But even then, maybe we just go for it. Maybe we just dump it. Could even set it up with a button. So if I want to be safe, right? I don't want someone walking into it. Because they just do that sometimes. I could set up a button so that, like, as someone is bringing the minecart back, they just go over a button and it just dumps everything right then and there. You already got more. Wow. Look at all that. Very cool. So yeah, you're just gonna bring it here, dump, and you're good. But see, there's just gonna be like random polar bears everywhere. I can put like a door here. But I don't really want it to be automatic. If it's automatic, it's going to do something I don't want it to do. Let's just go ahead and pull this real quick. I'm just gonna give it a quick double tug. Get rid of all that garbage. That'll at least give us a good start. Yeah, so now they're gonna start loading it all up, right? Cool. Yeah. And then it worked. Cool. Cool. What? Whose skull is this? Why is this one skull not gonna melt? That's interesting. Not entirely sure what to make of that. Okay, well, it's getting loaded up. Maybe we do a button. Maybe the button's just like way over here. So of course it's gonna get pressed as they're going towards it, but that won't matter. And then as they're coming back, it'll just incinerate it. Just do it automatically. Maybe that's what we do. I'm going to unlink. Yes, proceed. I'm going to disassemble the lever. And then we're just gonna have a pressure plate. Minecart trigger. Oh, but I could even say like if they're from one. Interesting. I think that's fine. I'm just gonna have it right here. Goblin with the adamantine skull finds out only after death. Oh crap, it's Wolverine. Oh no. I mean, what kind of creature skull wouldn't melt? I've never experienced that before. Of course, it doesn't tell us what it is. Well, look at that. Okay, we got this hallway taken care of. Oh, and then after we finished off that that siege, I needed to re-forbid these so they don't move these, right? I definitely want all of this to stay here. So I'm just gonna lock them in place. And then we have ammo stockpile specifically for our copper bolts. We have an armor stockpile for everything. I think I want to only have steel stuff in here. There's a bunch of leather stuff. How is this? Is giving to the melt pile. Things that are for melting. And then same thing with this. Giving to the melt pile. I think that's fine. And then the melt pile contains armor, ammo, and weapons that are not bolts. I guess it's okay if they're bolts. It's just everything except copper. So I don't want copper bolts. I don't want adamantine or steel armor. I don't want steel or adamantine weapons. And then everything else will end up in here. And then if it's masterwork, it ends up over here. Even if it's completely unusable to me. think that works out. And then this should not just take from anywhere. And it's gonna give 2 those and the melt pile. Yeah. I think that's how we do it. So now I'm going to link you to you. Wow, look at all this. It's just all just taken care of. So, in theory, I'm gonna come over here and unforbid just a chunk of this stuff, right? I'm not gonna do everything, but I'm gonna do a chunk of it. There's just corpses everywhere. Now I wanna see how they handle this. There's a mixture of, like, there's some bolts in here. There's some blocks, which aren't gonna be handled directly by our new system. But there's like clothing. There's weapons. There's all sorts of stuff in there. So now you are gonna grab a skeleton. Right? Let's just watch it happen. Of course it is. So slow. So you have... What? You have a large spider glove. And that you're gonna go deal with on its own, right? And then you have a skeleton. So you plop it down there. You have a body part. You plop it there. Oh, the elves are here. Hello, elves. That's a body part, so it goes there. Yeah, okay. I mean, that all seems pretty reasonable. It is mostly corpses. It is mostly corpses. Let's see, like you have... No, you're just going inside to do stuff. You are picking up equipment. By which you mean grabbing some dead goblin's robe? Yeah. And then playing make-believe. Got it. So I'm really curious about all the stuff that's not a skeleton. This is all just skeletons. Ding's skeleton. And then you grabbed a toga, or no? You grabbed a sandal. You're just gonna bring it inside. I think that's okay. I don't think I need a third setup for clothing. This is gonna be the minority of things anyway. And you just claimed something? You just claimed a toga that was on the ground. And see, now there's a bunch of bolts. Someone is coming for it. The blocks should get moved at some point, maybe? But I'm also not as concerned about them. Then like all this stuff, right? So now, yeah. I want to see what happens to like this stuff. This stuff should end up here. Right? It's just all the stuff. Using necromancy and metal magic to convert skeletons and molten metal into an imitation of a bronze colossus automaton. Don't give them any ideas. That sounds like a disaster. Okay, and then now we're going to push. I don't know if this has this been linked yet? Looks like it has. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So we got a nice big minecart full of corpses. Oh, there's a pet corpse in there too, but whatever. Right, yep, and then you go... It's gonna be all smoky in there. Did you... I swear there was a way to have them go through doors. Am I wrong? I thought they could operate doors on a thing. Could have sworn that was possible. Also, that lignite is just gonna burn in there forever. What was I thinking? Do I need to link the door to the plate too? But then how'd they get out? Yeah, I don't know. I thought they could just go through doors on a track if they were pushing it. There we go. Okay. So it all ended up dumped there, and then, see, now the trick is that someone else needs to come by and grab the minecart, or someone decides that they want to grab all the stuff on the hatch here. Yeah, so they're all gonna come and try to grab this stuff. No, don't... Yeah, don't do that. This is not what I want. There we go. Okay, now it's all burned. The other thing we could do is put the button like right here, so it's like right as they do it. But I do worry about lava splashing on whoever's pushing the cart. Elves want us to limit our tree chopping, sure, whatever. Maybe that is what we do, though. I'm gonna do this. And then get rid of this. Instead, we're gonna have a button right here. It feels dangerous. But I think that's gonna be how it works. We're also clearly not putting this ghost to rest, so I think we're gonna come down here and engrave a memorial to poor Nays there. Have we met the elves whose ancestors are mushroom trees? No. Unfamiliar with those. Oh, you mean like they tell us not to cut down the mushroom trees? They don't seem to care. Did this... Interesting. They brought this down with like 3 things in it? No, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Maybe those might be like blind cave ogre skeletons or something. And they're just gigantic. So that left... There is a cave dragon corpse here. Is that not going to fit in here? Corpses... Cave dragons. Cave dragon corpse should go there. And then like these... Maybe this kind of stuff we just manually dump. I mean, someone's coming for that, but they're not coming for these. It's kind of strange. But I mean, they did make pretty short work of that. So let's go ahead and do another patch of it. Since there's just stuff everywhere. That all seems fine. And then that. And then whatever's on the roofs. And over here, yeah, that's not too bad. I think we are actually benefiting ourselves by doing this. This isn't a total waste of time. Curious to see what happens with all the weapons and stuff. Like here's some iron arrows. Ended up in here, right? Yeah. Another ammo bin. Now see, like all the copper stuff. Why did that end up in there? I guess I could go in. Well, it'll get sorted out when it goes downstairs. Because this stuff isn't all just going into the same pile. This stuff will actually get sorted out. Like here. I thought I said, I guess not. I'm just gonna say... No, because it could be like copper arrows. We'll do it like this. Also, I don't know why they're putting the bin in there every time. I have to like reclaim our bins. Because like it's not specifying bins or anything. I want to see what happens with the weapons. What are you doing with all these weapons? Plus, I guess a lot of the copper bolts that we're getting are the copper bolts we fired and are just pulling out of skeletons. They do seem to be prioritizing the corpses for whatever reason. What'd you grab? You grabbed a sock. So wait, this skeleton weighs 563. That's a heavy skeleton. Yeah, if it's just all corpses, this is just going to be strictly corpses. And there it goes again. Wow. Did this get linked? We haven't linked this yet. Or did I? Thought I told you to link. Maybe not. Link to here. And then you plop, right? And then what was that? You grabbed something. You immediately grabbed something. Yeah, don't do that. Just dump. Okay. You're just not linked yet. Yep, okay. Well, the corpses have basically been dealt with, and those are the things that I am the most worried about, because having just corpses everywhere really brings the mood down, you know? So dealing with that is good. Our melter cart is still only at 15%. Jeez. Another strange mood. Sure, why not? And this all got finished. Which means we get more ice. Hooray. Oh, Naze has been put to rest, finally. My god. You grabbed a sock. I want to see these weapons get dealt with. I mean, they clearly just grabbed a bunch of ammo. There you go. Okay. So you're grabbing multiple stuff. Okay. Well, that's good. Grabbing a bunch of weapons. And you're just gonna bring them straight down into the weapon stockpile? Even though I don't want that stuff there. But then it's just gonna feed down into the melt pile. It all ends up in the same place eventually. I just want it done efficiently. I just want some efficiency here. Is that really too much to ask? Because now someone's gonna grab all that stuff and bring it downstairs. But you could have just, I guess some of it's ending up here. Of course, someone's gonna put this bin in the minecart every time something is in the bin. I think this doesn't get bins. I think that's how we do that. What did I call it? Topside melt. You were not gonna have bins. Now there's 3 bins worth of stuff in this minecart. Hooray! Oh, look at all that. Okay. This is working. This is working. And we got our weapon traps down here. You are like, yeah, they're just storing stuff down here directly. Maybe this needs to like only take from links or something. Maybe so we need to like hook it up to all of our forges, which is silly. Inputting from ammo, armor, weapons, outputting to masterworks and smelter. Okay. So when everything settles down, we'll just melt this whole stockpile and be done with it. And then... has this been linked? This has been... This has been linked. So now in theory we'll get another push, right? We're up to 69%. So we're gonna say nice. 69% of Goblin Corpse. Maybe not quite as nice. When I'm gonna say if it's like more than 50%, we're going to guide after like 5 days, or we'll say like 7 days. And then with this one, if it's more than 25%, we'll give it 7 days. When at least. That's what I want. Okay. I mean, look at that. We definitely spent more time dealing with our construction than actually taking out the garbage, which is kind of how I want it. There's definitely still some sandals and stuff. Don't know what to do with the cave dragon skeleton, which is apparently very heavy. But otherwise we did it. Oh, and then they're bringing it back down. Okay. And look, it all got tossed in. You were probably upset about the smoke. Yep, cotton smoke. Because there's lignite in here. It's gonna take a while for the lignite to go away. But yeah, that's a success, I think. Except for the smoke. The smoke is annoying. Mounted on a wall? That'd be cool. Taxidermy? Can we get dwarven taxidermy? While I'm at it, since we dealt with all that garbage, we also have a nice pile of garbage sitting here. Also with a bunch of stone. But I don't know how to... We aren't really using lignite or anything, so I don't have a spot for it to really go. So that's fine. I mean, we use it for steel, but we have so much steel. So that's all fine, and then other than that, that's all gonna be alpaca bones. Right, this is all fine to go. Plus a bunch of goblin stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's toss this as well. I'm just gonna give this a double pull. And then all of our garbage will be gone. And we'll all be happy about it. Used by intruder. When was there an intruder in here? That's funny. When was there an intruder in here? Elves are leaving. There we go. It's all in there now. And then there's some of this stuff, like whose skull is this? I'm gonna have to see if I can find out who those belong to. Lignite's gonna be on fire forever, but whatever. Garbage dealt with. Garbage dealt with. There's gonna be a little bit of extra stuff in here. But now I think I can just close this door. And we'll ignore this whole room until we have more corpses to deal with. And that means there's not just a stockpile of goblin corpses sitting on the surface for everyone to get grumpy at as they walk by trying to build our constructions. That was really the main thing. They didn't want people just staring at all the corpses and getting grumpy. There. I'm happy. I like this a lot better than it was. This looks a lot more intentional. Oh, blacksmith has created lowercase an adamantine bed. Did you claimed it as a personal treasure? Fuck you. Fuck you. This is mine. Well, it's gonna be a symbol for the king, even if it's your bed. It's an adamantine bed decorated with pigtail and cave spider silk, encircled with bands of cave spider silk around chancel-dony cabochons, adorned with hanging rings of adamantine and giant polar bear bone. Menaces with spikes of porcelain. Okay, so we're gonna come in here. We're gonna find the rest of our adamantine. All 6 wafers that are left. And forbid them. No more using adamantine for artifacts, please. Please and thank you. I really wonder if an artifact can even be used as a symbol like that. Or if it counts. Like if it needs to be made of adamantine or just have adamantine in it. I also don't know how to have pedestals. Well, next time, we're gonna fiddle with the symbols. Next time we're going for Mountain Home. We have a fair bit of adamantine. We have a fair bit of other divine metal artifacts and such. I think we have enough that we can make 7 symbols for our king. Maybe we can, let's see if we can reach Mountain Home before the king dies of old age. Maybe that's our goal here. So come by next Monday for that. We're gonna pick up from right here. We're gonna keep going. The garbage is taken care of, so don't have to worry about that some more until the goblins show back up again. But we should be able to handle more garbage more efficiently next time. And we're learning, right? We're learning every day. Yeah, that's the plan. Come by on Thursday and Saturday of this week, and we'll be continuing on Metroid Prime 4. We're making great progress there as well. Probably not a ton left. There's still a bit. I don't think we still have things to figure out. But that's getting close to it as well. So come by for that. And then come by next Monday for some more Dwarf Fortress, and we're gonna continue until we reach Mountain Home. And then things are gonna happen. Probably. Yeah, thanks for coming by, everyone. Good night if that's the time of day it is for you. Have a good rest of your day. Today's episode is brought to you by a cloud. Looks like candy. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hang out with us live, hang out in VODs, hang out on Discord, anywhere you want to hang out. There's probably clouds. We're staring at the clouds. So I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I hope you stay kind.